Hi, Professor Chivukolar. We are Team 2 from Cohort 2, and this is our project simulation report. In order to answer the upcoming questions, we analyzed the 4 scenarios in 3 different dimensions, given from the upper management: scope, budget, and time. In scenario B, C, and F, we faced many unexpected challenges that forced us to re-evaluate our decisions. In B, for example, we had a decrease in team size. In C, our launch date was moved up. And in F, we had several incidents in all 3 dimensions. So, what was the first question?
In question 1, we needed to identify the linkages between factors and metrics, and these are some of the main linkages that we learned. Our first one is meetings and productivity. We found in simulations B, C, and F, having more meeting times does provide project knowledge and raise morale, but we trade off productivity in that case due to time taken by extra activities. The second main linkage we identified was prototype and productivity. This linkage was directly affected by each other in terms of adaptation. We found in scenarios C and F, the more prototypes we had, more our team was able to adapt to the changes made by the higher management. We found creating more prototypes affected our productivity, but the team stress lowered over time and the project coordination improved as less mistakes were made and the team was able to adapt quicker to the changes. The third main linkage we identified was outsourcing and budget. So in simulations A, B, C, and F, outsourcing reduced our budget substantially and directly related to how many workers we were able to add. It was also interesting to see how costs went up the less we outsourced. This was also linked to risk management, and we believe that outsourcing helped us keep the management budget in line by outsourcing more. Last linkage we identified was meeting and morale. We learned meetings and morales were also directly related to each other. We heard a lot of comments from the teams about being lost or having no direction of the project when there were less meetings. However, the more meetings we had, generally the morale among the teams was higher and the direction was clear to the team.
Of the main linkages that Charvel just discussed, we found that some of them were affected in the later scenarios of B, C, and F. Meetings and productivity. Although in scenario A, meetings generally hindered productivity, we found that with the more challenges, the meetings were necessary to keep the team working hard. Prototype and productivity. In scenario A, the prototypes were not as important and kept the team away from working on the project. However, in scenario F in particular, there are so many challenges that it was vital we had the prototypes to compensate and give us insights. In the long run, it increased productivity. Outsourcing and budget. Outsourcing was beneficial in staying within budget in scenario A. In the later scenarios, it was affected by the incidents and became extremely important and almost necessary to outsource. Meetings and morale. Usually having meetings kept the team in good spirits, but we learned that an overload of meetings in conjunction with the challenges caused the team to feel micromanaged, lose hope, and lower their morale.
In question 3, we'll talk about the strategy. In scenario B, C, and F, what's work and what's don't. For first one, encourage overtime. It gave us more time to complete the task. And second one, listen to our team set and make adjustment. Feedback from the team is very important. Based on feedback, we can adjust our decision. So third, they stand up every second week. In order to keep our team informed, we decide on the bi-week stand up and we don't micromanage that. And here is doesn't work. Being over budget from the start. If budget was over the budget from the beginning, it's hard to fix it later. And micromanagement and too many meetings. It creates frustration and burdens and lose productivities. And change skill levels or team size too often to maintain the budget. Don't make too many adjustments in skill level or team size because it becomes inefficient. Adding new team members means we have to spend more time to train them.
So in conclusion, we learned some things about trade-offs in management. So taking into account that there are 3 dimensions of project management, as we said at the beginning, scope, time, and budget, it's a challenge for the manager to complete all of them because they are limited. We learned the importance of prioritizing which ones you can compromise and which ones are necessary to meet. This should be done in conjunction with your client, so it's essential to listen to different stakeholders and what they want. Besides that, it's important to analyze the context and the situation because, as we saw in the simulation, external and unexpected circumstances can affect our resources. So it's also necessary to have a risk assessment and a good planning that's specific but also flexible in order to be able to respond with effectiveness. Finally, being able to record data gave insights about the impact of the trade-offs. In that way, managers can weigh the importance of each variable depending on their priorities and they can have control on the project performance.